kind of feel like we're in the golden age of selling consumables on Amazon. It doesn't seem like anybody else realizes this right now. If you're getting 5,000 orders a month and 1,000, 1,500, 2,000 of those orders are coming from Subscribe and Save, those are orders you don't have to pay for every single time. That really starts to stack up over time. That's something you don't really get when you're selling a non-consumable. So you're willing to spend a lot more per click and a lot more per purchase if you know that the person you're advertising to is likely to just come back and keep buying and buying and buying. Consumers go onto Amazon to find deals. If you go onto Amazon and you're running lightning deals and stuff like that, people are looking for that. You're going to get a lot of extra traffic. It's not just about, oh my God, like this is so great because it's organic and this and that. It's like, what are the benefits? Why would people buy this? Why would people buy this one compared to all the other ones? Like, what is it that's different about yours, even if you're all technically selling the same thing? And really the key is conversion rates. So like, no need to tease anything. Here's the entire playbook. Take it and run.
Hi everyone, welcome on Amazon Expert Monday. Every other Monday we interview Amazon experts who share some tips, some nuggets, and today we are with Shane Stone from San Diego, who is running an Amazon agency since 2021, who was an Amazon seller. And we will talk about consumable marketing, Amazon marketing for consumable, etc. First of all, how did you start with your agency on Amazon?
So I've been selling on Amazon since 2017. And
Okay.
so my, by the way, hi, everyone.
Yeah,
Nasir, thanks for having me.
I went straight into it. So
Yeah, so straight into it. Yeah, I've been selling on Amazon since 2017. And then I was running a small brand and I switched to being a full-time Amazon ads consultant in 2019. And then I started an agency in 2021. So basically a few evolutions, but it's all kind of fallen under the same thing. When I was working for myself, I was really good, or when I was running my own brand, I was really good at the PPC and not very good at inventory management and supplier management. So what would end up happening is I would have these like really good months followed by like 3 months of me sitting on my hands waiting for my product to ship from China to the US. So what I ended up doing during those times is helping all my friends with their Amazon PPC. And then at some point, somebody said to me, why don't you just do this as a job? And I thought, oh, wow, that actually makes a lot of sense. And so that was kind of the natural evolution. And so, yeah, we started my agency, Stone's Goods, back in 2021. And yeah, things have been great.
How many clients do you manage today?
I think we currently manage 9 or 10 clients.
Okay.
We could probably take on one new client as of the time of this recording, but we're already talking to 2 people. So we might have to start a waiting list soon. If anyone wants to work with us or is interested in working with us, by the way, we will audit your account even if we're not taking clients, just to help you. And again, that's kind of why I got into this, is because I genuinely love this work. And I also really like helping people, if that makes sense. Like, I was doing this for free before I started getting paid to do this. So I just like really, really find it so fun and interesting. So that's kind of, that's how I ended up in this position.
Okay, guys. So you are good at PPC and then you switch to the agency model. You told me before that 90% of your clients are selling consumable. First of all, what are consumable? Then we will dig into the strategies.
Yeah. So I would say 90% of our clients sell at least one consumable. Not all of them are like, and so yeah, let's define consumables. Consumables are anything that can be purchased multiple times naturally by a single consumer. So some great examples are not for me, but shampoo, or pet food or supplements or, anything of that nature. But some kind of consumable where you are buying something, using it, and then if you had a good experience, buying again. And I kind of feel like we're in the golden age of selling consumables on Amazon. And I just doesn't seem like anybody else realizes this right now. So yeah, I'm really excited about it.
Like, did you see something change in 2025 or?
There have been a few changes.
Okay.
Um, Change number one is, and again, this has been around for a little while, but it just seems like consumers have started to take advantage of subscribe and save coupons. I know that seems like so minuscule, but subscribe and save coupons have been like this amazing secret weapon for a lot of the companies I've worked with. Um, Ranking has gotten a lot more. Basically, since search query performance came out, that report has been absolutely a game changer when it comes to ranking products. And so, ranking has become a lot more obvious. Uh, Building subscriber bases has become a lot more obvious. And then, I mean, being able to run deals and have an understanding of deals. I mean, deals just changed at the beginning of this month. So we're recording this in late June, and deals changed June 2nd, 2025. So that was another thing that, although some people might be seeing it as a negative, I'm seeing it as like a gigantic opportunity. So there's that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then when I think about it, I mean, like, yeah, we're in a bit of a golden age. Like, there's so many different things you can do. Oh, and then Amazon Marketing Cloud. That was the one I was looking for in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
Amazon Marketing Cloud came out for sponsored products, I think late fall last year. And since we've gotten our hands on that, we've been like, this is kind of just like a gold mine. There's so many different opportunities in here. And so those are the things we are doing. And those are the things that have changed that have really, in my opinion, led to a golden era where it still feels like most companies I talk to are playing catch up. And we're just looking at this like that we're just sitting. There's so many good opportunities.
Mm-hmm. Do you see like differences between selling consumable and selling, let's say, non-consumable product on Amazon? Do you adapt the PPC strategy? What is the difference between the two kind of product regarding what you can do?
I mean, when it comes to consumables, there's lots of different things you can do. Because if you think about it, the natural replenishment cycle that a consumer has, um, really, really, really lends itself well to being willing to have a high cost per acquisition. So you're willing to spend a lot more per click and a lot more per purchase if you know that your prospective, like the person you're advertising to, is likely to just come back and keep buying and buying and buying. And Amazon also knows that. And then the other thing that I've kind of alluded to this, but like subscribe and save, if you're getting 5,000 orders a month and 1,000, 1,500, 2,000 of those orders are coming from subscribe and save, that's money you don't have to pay for. Or sorry, those are orders you don't have to pay for every single time. That really starts to stack up over time. And that's a really, really big opportunity that a lot of, hopefully, people listening to this
Mm.
are thinking about, because that's something you don't really get when you're selling a non-consumable. So if you're selling uh, notebooks, for example, notebooks could technically be a consumable. I just looked down and saw what's in my office right now. The AirPods.
Mm.
AirPods are not a consumable unless you are really reckless. And, you know, you can afford a high cost per acquisition. You're not going to get people, monthly or every 2 months or every 3 months buying another pair of these.
Mm.
But if you're selling pet food, once you have a customer on subscribe and save, that is a gigantic opportunity to just month after month after month build up your sales velocity and your profitability, and also kind of cement your rankings on a lot of these keywords, because you're getting so many subscribe and save sales that like your BSR rankings and your rankings should be pretty consistent
Mm.
because of how well you're doing from just the subscribe and save portion of your business.
Okay, okay, very interesting. So you can invest more in consumable because you're based on the LTV, not only on the price of the product. So you can invest more. And you are talking about ranking. Let's talk about ranking and organic sales. So How do you optimize for ranking when you sell consumable, and what are your strategy for improving the organic sales?
So we have really evolved our thinking, and it's something that again, I was talking about, like, hey, we're in the golden age of consumables. Part of why I think that is because we've been able to just see these like really awesome results from basically spending money on the top keywords and driving our own rankings up. And really the key is conversion rates. So like no need to tease anything. Here's the entire playbook. Take it and run. You need to find the keywords that really matter for your product and then spend money on those keywords in a very isolated way, ideally with a single keyword campaign, but you can do it any number of different ways. And then really, really, really focus and relentlessly focus on your conversion rate. And if you have a better conversion rate than the rest of the market, then you can expect with a good isolation strategy to just fly up the rankings.
Okay.
So um, this is something we've done quite a bit.
Mm.
We've developed a whole playbook for ourselves, but it's really just like find the keywords that matter, figure out which of those keywords you really convert on, and then pour gasoline on the fire once you've found yourself in a situation that really works.
Okay, okay, really interesting. Like, first of all, the first step is to find the keyword that matter. How do you find that? Like, you can guess some keyword, you can find it in Helium 10, you can find it in a search query performance report. What are your technique to find the right keywords?
So it's definitely search query performance report. Um, and that's another thing that we found is like, we don't need to guess anymore. Amazon tells us where all the spend is going where all the consumers are searching. And so all we need to do then is figure out, okay, maybe we've got a short list of 20, 30, at like 5 to 15 keywords really. Um, and then we just need to figure out which of these keywords do I have a good conversion rate on. And then once we've got that, spend money on those keywords and figure out, okay, if this keyword's doing really well, then we need to isolate it to a single keyword campaign. And if it's doing well in that single keyword campaign, which placement's doing the best? And then if we can really crank up the spend on that placement, then we can just, generally it's top of search, but it's not always. You can really start to see a positive outcome on what it is that you're trying to do.
Okay. And when you say if this keyword is converting well, you compare the conversion rate with the market, right?
Yes. So we put out a custom GPT that mimics a dashboard we built internally. And what you do is you take like 4 reports and you put them into this custom GPT. And then what it gives you is your PPC results, the search query performance results. Then it also estimates your top competitors' conversion rate. And that's the thing that we found really matters is finding your top competitors' conversion rate and comparing it to your advertising conversion rate will have a meaningful impact
Mm.
because you can basically see, do I have an edge? Do I have an advantage compared to my top competitor?
Mm.
Because if you do have an edge, then it's time to pour gasoline on that fire because we know, um, well, we don't know anything, but our experiments have led us to very strongly believe that if you spend a lot of money on a keyword, you might gain some ranking, you might not. But if you spend a lot of money on a keyword where you have a better conversion rate than everybody else, we highly, highly, highly think, or we have a strong confidence that you will fly up the rankings
Okay.
and be able to rank in the top 5 easily.
Okay, okay, okay. So conversion rate for you is the key. How do you optimize your conversion rate? How do you have some techniques to improve your conversion rate?
So there's kind of like there are a few different things you need to think about when it comes to conversion rates. So the first thing is like, am I priced accordingly? So it, sometimes we'll do an audit and somebody will be like, hey, like, why am I not ranking? I'm like, well, you're priced at $8 more than the rest of the market. Why is that? I'm like, well, we're trying to be premium. I'm like, Amazon's not a platform for premium products, you know? Like, you can go and buy a premium product there, but it's never going to be like, premium products are never going to be ranked at the top of the page. So that's except for their own branded keywords. But if you search AirPods, for example, AirPods are probably one of the most popular sets of earphones in the world. But if you search wireless Bluetooth earphones on Amazon, AirPods aren't even on the first page. They're nowhere to be found.
Mm-mm.
And that's kind of just how that entire thing works. So
Yeah.
because their price is too high relative to all the other sellers who are selling knockoffs of them.
Okay.
And that's how Amazon works. That's what their algorithm rewards. And generally speaking, that's what consumers are there looking for. So
Mm-mm.
is your price point in line with the market? And with consumables, a lot of the time as a Canadian, it pains me to say this, but it's cost per ounce or cost per count. I'm used to cost per milliliter, but Amazon has just decided cost per ounce. Um, so yeah, you have to look at your cost per ounce and cost per milliliter, not just your price, because consumers are smart enough to see like, hey, is this product in line not just from like a total dollars perspective, but how much I get as well. So then it's price, and then it's also your rating. So if you have like a 3-star rating and everybody else has a 5-star rating, you can expect to do poorly and your conversion rate's going to get hurt. Those are the things that you have to take care of before anything else. And then when it comes to things you can do to actually win in a fair fight, the things you're looking for are a really good main image that draws the click. Often you want to put the product packaging and make sure that your main keyword shows up on the product packaging somewhere. And then on top of that, you also want to have good secondary images that sell the different things that your products do. So it's not just about, oh my God, like this is so great because it's organic and this and that. It's like,
Mm.
what are the benefits? Why would people buy this? Why would people buy this one compared to all the other ones? Like, what is it that's different about yours? Even if you're all technically selling the same thing, you might have a better count. You might be able to really sell the reason why somebody buys this. You might, so it's like the why behind buying something. So yeah, first you got to take care of the basics. Then you got to take care of winning the click.
Mm.
Then you got to take care of the why. So I should come up with a framework for that, but I haven't yet.
That would be a great one. So first of all, the price point is very important because I also see a lot of seller like with higher price and they're like my product is better, is more premium, so that's why my price is higher. So okay, price point. Then you have the images inside your product, the rating, obviously. I heard that promotion as well can help improving the ranking. Do you use promotion as part of your strategy?
Yeah. So promotion is kind of like an all-encompassing thing on Amazon. So I'm going to talk about a few different things. For products that we think we can get into the top 5, we are going to run deals. So deals and discounts. So like a lightning deal or a 7-day deal, those things can be, actually they're called best deals now. And you don't have to run them for just 7 days. You can run them for bigger periods of time. The main thing I'm seeing with those is, generally speaking, they've had quite positive outcomes because, well, one, consumers go onto Amazon to find deals. So if you go onto Amazon and you're running lightning deals and stuff like that, people are looking for that. You're
Mm.
going to get a lot of extra traffic.
Okay.
You're going to get a lot of extra organic sales from that. So running lightning deals, 7-day deals, those are going to get you a lot of boosted sales. But the other thing that is important to remember is they're going to improve your conversion rate even more than what it currently is. And when you improve your conversion rate, you also can expect a ranking increase. So it's one of those things where it creates a cycle
Yeah.
where
Okay.
we run a deal, and then that deal has positive impacts on PPC, and that positive impact on PPC has a good impact on your ranking, which then makes you think, oh, I need more inventory. And then you're like, oh, well, if I have more inventory, I need to make sure I build up each of these things. And so the deals kind of creates this if we're talking about Amazon, a flywheel, like a positive flywheel. And that's something that really helps. But then the other side of that equation, especially when it comes to consumables, is running some kind of promotion to do a subscribe and save coupon, like something to incentivize subscribe and save. And so we'll also use coupons to incentivize subscribe and saves, and we'll run those kind of like all the time. It's something that we've seen have like a really, really, really positive impact on a lot of our clients' results, because you get that consumer and you give them a discount and you give them a coupon to save on their first subscribe and save. And it's still a win-win for everybody, because that consumer is probably going to stick around for 2, 3, 4, 5 orders.
Mm, mm,
So you end up spreading the cost of acquisition across those, say, 5 orders. And then next thing you know, you're saying to yourself, wow, that was really a great trade for me. And the
mm,
consumer feels like they won because they got a huge savings on the first subscribe and save order, and
mm.
they got money off that purchase price as well. So it, it's a really, really solid win-win that a lot of people have in the consumable market have been able to take advantage of. So big fan of that. I think those two things are, well, deals of any kind and then coupons of any kind have also been very effective. Now, there's one other thing to mention, which is Prime exclusive discounts. We've been using those for flagpole days, or like Prime Day is coming up in 2 weeks from the time we record this. Prime exclusive discounts have been another great promotion type that have driven a lot of results for us.
Okay, got it. So the coupon for subscribe and save is a way to build the subscribe and save program. Do you have some parameter that you put on the subscribe and save program, or do you just have to enable it and put a coupon and that's it? It runs.
So basically, you have to decide what you're willing to give away from a coupon perspective.
Mm.
And then you also need to decide, trying to find the right words for this. You need to decide what's going to make sense for your business.
Mm.
And then you also need to decide how aggressive you're going to be compared to the market.
Okay.
Because you don't want to just like, you put up a 5% coupon and everyone else is giving away 50%, you're going to just look like it's going to look really bad. So it's one of those things we are kind of in an arms race, but a lot of people are not really thinking about this yet. So you can probably take advantage. Um, but then on top of that, it's something that we monitor every single week. So most of our clients we meet with on a weekly basis. We've got a couple of clients who just like don't like meetings. So,
Yeah.
but like most of them we meet with on a weekly basis.
Mm.
And for anyone we meet with on a weekly basis, we're looking at their subscribe and save together on a weekly basis. Like it's something we review. It's
Mm.
not just something that we set and then forget,
Mm.
because it can have such a big impact. We're currently experimenting with so we were talking about Amazon Marketing Cloud. When it comes to building your subscribe and save, like getting more people to subscribe to your products, there are things called audiences from Amazon Marketing Cloud where you can tell Amazon, I want to advertise to this specific audience. And what you can do is make a lookalike audience of all the people who really, really, really like your products, aka your existing subscribers. And
Mm.
so you can create a lookalike audience to your existing subscribers and then start to remarket to those people pretty aggressively.
Mm.
And to me, that's been a really, really exciting opportunity, because that's like that's hyper targeting a group of people who are highly likely to want to subscribe to your brand. So that's the other way that you can build subscribe and save. Um, Aside from offering big discounts, is marketing to the people who Amazon's machine learning, which let's be honest, is quite good. Um, yeah, who Amazon's machine learning thinks is most likely to actually subscribe to your products.
Okay. That's very interesting. Like regarding the subscribe and save, obviously that's a way to increase your LTV. But some seller can think like maybe people will buy my product and then cancel the program and then re subscribe. Do you have some numbers about the churn of this kind of program?
So, Amazon doesn't really give you any churn numbers, but they did think through the scenario you just described. And if the person who uses the subscribe and save coupon subscribes and then doesn't get their second order, I think they claw it back. Like they take the money from your account and say, like, look, you said you wanted subscribe and save, and then you didn't do a second subscription. We're taking this money back.
Mm.
We're charging you full price. So I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Maybe fact check me. If anyone hears this and is like, hey, that's not accurate, please put it in the comments. I'll reply. But I'm pretty sure that's exactly how it works.
Okay.
And Amazon spent some time thinking through this because I'm sure there are too many people who abused it in the beginning.
Okay, okay, got it. So, if I recap a little bit, if I summarize a little bit, you choose your best keyword from the search query performance report, the one that you convert well compared to your competitors. You go high on it on ads, etc. Hopefully, you get some traction. Subscribe and save. You target that audience, and then you have inventory issue, which is a good issue to have. How do you manage that? How do you manage your inventory, and how do you forecast your inventory in this kind of case?
So one of the things that's nice about consumables is they have a much less spiky demand when you compare it to maybe Christmas ornaments or
Yeah.
pool noodles,
Mm.
like those have insane spikes. Um, but generally speaking, we're currently in what I would call the slower half of the year. So I would say like maybe, yeah, January all the way through to May is really good.
Mm.
December is really good just because of all the traffic.
Yeah.
And actually, yeah, maybe it's December to June is the good half of the year, and then we're about to be in the less good half of the year.
Mm.
And the reason for that is December, late November and December, there's lots of traffic on Amazon. So people just end up buying supplements or buy consumables of any kind whenever they're also buying other stuff, whether it's gifts or something else. January, everyone's like, new year, new me. So I'm going to buy as much crap as I can to help me. I'm going to grow my hair back this year. No, I'm just kidding. And then, so then January through March, people buy a lot of supplement or buy a lot of consumables in general. Obviously with some unique uh, examples in there. Like if you, for example, sell some kind of like shampoo that really matters during the winter, then in March you're going to suddenly start selling a lot less of it. But that's the kind of stuff that you'll notice. And then people May, June, April, May, June, they're all like, oh my God, I ate like a pig all winter. Time
Mm.
to get my summer body. So now people are just selling, like buying more of the same, like more supplements.
Mm.
But then the other half of the year, you're still buying stuff. You're just not, or it seems like the market is still buying stuff. People are just not buying as many things. So that's the way that I've found most consumables really follow the pattern. So August can be kind of slow. September can be kind of slow. October can be kind of slow. And then the first half of November is usually slow. And so basically, up until Prime Day, which is almost always in early July, we're kind of on a sprint. And then we're about to be on a slower period until the second half. So that's generally the flow that I've found companies use, or the consumer demand pattern that people see. But you asked about inventory, so let me touch on that.
Yeah.
So there's kind of like a baseline inventory
Mm.
that if you have a high selling product, you probably want to keep.
Yeah.
And then from there, you'll also see, spikes and dips and that kind of stuff. And the way that we recommend you forecast and the way that we help our clients is we'll usually use some kind of software to just get a baseline. And then we'll also talk about what kind of promotional plans and ranking plans and subscribe and save plans, everything we just talked about. We kind of talk about like, okay, you're putting in an order for this product. Are we planning on growing this product or are we planning on maintaining this product? Like, are there things we need to forecast for in order for us to be profitable? Because selling a lot of product and then going out of stock is not a high profit activity, and we don't want our clients doing it. We'd rather sell less and not focus as much on ranking until we're at a healthy inventory place. So,
Okay.
because again, we care about profit. Like, I don't care about growing somebody's sales or achieving a 10% ACOS or some crap. Like, it's how much profit is the company making? That's the thing that we try to focus on. And so when you put on that, or when you look at it from that perspective, everything suddenly looks a lot more clear.
Okay. Thank you so much, Shin. That was very complete. Like we went from choosing the right keyword to improve everything, to improve the ranking, subscribe and sales to increase the LTV. So we cover the full cycle. Are you still focusing on PPC, or are you managing other aspect of your client's business?
I don't really know. One of the main problems is I haven't found a good way to describe what we do. Because we primarily are PPC experts, but we've found that it's insane to just like only focus on PPC and not help people with other aspects of their business. So because, PPC doesn't happen inside a vacuum. Like, you kind of need to focus on inventory and PPC and ranking and like keyword strategy and new products in order to grow a business. So I like to think of us as like growth experts or your outsourced growth machine. I don't know. We're still working on the name, but what we offer is Amazon growth. Amazon growth management, and we use PPC deals strategy as our main levers to get there. And yeah, that's kind of what we do.
Okay. That's very interesting. You started with PPC because this is what you used to like the most, and then you just adapt to the type of product you sell and the type of market to adjust your services and subscribe and save, conversion optimization, etc. So okay, very complete. Do you have a link we can put in description for people who want to contact you for an audit, for example?
Yeah. I'll give you guys a link. There's a bunch of quizzes we have on. So like, say you're like 10% interested in talking to us, or maybe you don't want to talk to us. We have a bunch of like self-assessments you can do, and custom GPTs on our website at stonesgoods.com. So stones plural, goods plural.com. And you can go there and check out our self-assessment. We've got we're about to put up a self audit, and we're also about to put up where's the growth in my account self audit, where you can, without even talking to us, kind of work through our framework. And by working through our framework, you'll be able to see exactly what it is that's the biggest opportunity for your business. So yeah, contact us for an audit. We're easy to find. Or if you don't want to talk to us, no problem.
You have a GPT format.
Yeah. We have like a don't talk to us version too. So.
Okay, got it. Thank you very much, Sen, for sharing all of that with full transparency. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
And
thank you.
Another episode. Bye.